We're live. Hi, everybody. It's Christina Daves and Cindy Ashton. This is my first LinkedIn Live, first of many. I've been trying to get this. I'm so excited to share media with you. 2020, as bad and hard and difficult as it was, if you pivoted and learned things like landing in the media, oh my gosh, it's so easy to access journalists now because they're all home. So the people I've been working with have had tremendous success. So I invited my dear friend and colleague, Cindy, to come on with us because she is brilliant at messaging and video and all these things that position you to be this media expert. So hi, Cindy. How are you?
Hi, Christina. I'm doing amazing. I'm so excited to be here. Because it's true, more than ever, we're seeing people struggling in their business when there is bigger opportunities than ever to be in the media, be visible, be credible, and really drive qualified leads into your business. It's actually a great time to be able to get in the media and make money. And so let's talk about that today.
So the big elephant in the room, as we like to talk about it, is messaging. Many people that we work with together throw spaghetti at the wall, right? They're like, I'm just going to try this and I'm going to try this. And then the world shut down at the end of March. So now I'm going to go online and I'm just going to keep putting stuff out there.
Yeah.
That's not working. So we work with a lot of people tweaking their messaging. So let's give them a couple pointers. Like what's one thing you can do to tweak your messaging right now during this LinkedIn Live or after you watch this video that's going to help you see results immediately?
Because here's the thing with messaging, because, the people watching, a lot of them want publicity. They don't want to pay $5,000 a month for a publicist. They want to be able to get the visibility, and PR is hands down the best way to get publicity, establish yourself as an expert. But you have to have a message that is going to not only hook a journalist to want to put you on TV or put you in their magazine or put you on their podcast, but you need that messaging and that hook for when you're sharing on social media, when you're prospecting, when you're doing your email blasts, when you're doing your videos. Everything you do has to do, first and foremost, in that first 7 seconds, how are you hooking that journalist and your prospects? So the problem with most people's hook is that it's too generic and it's just not clear as to what it's about and why it's relevant now. And so Christina is going to give a couple of examples of clients that she just started working with and already are getting big media because they're learning how to have a cook. Look, it's almost lunch. I'm ready to eat. But she's brilliant at creating a hook that's newsworthy for today. And you want to do that not only for media, like I said, but for all of it. But give us a couple of examples, Christina, and then we can come back and look at how to use that messaging on social media and video as well.
Yeah, and the perfect segue. You said the words newsworthy. You said hook. So let's see if I can get this to work. Yeah. So here's the formula, you guys. The Get PR Famous formula. Be newsworthy, create great hooks, and find the right journalist. That's it. It's that easy. So Cindy talked about hooks, and now I'm going to talk about be newsworthy because you've got to stand out. So the number one thing I want you to do is do your homework on your media outlets that you want to be in. If you're a local business, do you want to be on local television? Look at the different channels. Look at, do they have a morning show? Do they have an afternoon show? I'm in the DC area. We're hardcore government news. We don't have a lot of fun or fluff. So say you're a product-based person or you're an inventor or something like that. You're going to have to look around to see where you fit in. That's my biggest takeaway for you today. If you do your homework, you're much more likely to have success. This has been a tremendous month. I'm going to share a couple stories with you and give you some ideas.
Can I just add something to what you said? Because I wanted to see how this works in real world. But you're right. You have to look at the market. If you're pitching to Washington, D.C., it's going to be a different game than if you're pitching in California, which is all about the fires. So even when you're pitching and creating that hook and that messaging for your social media, for your website, to engage your potential clients, I see people who say, but my message is clear. I help people to get healthy. I help to build their profits. But I'm like, that's not clear because a million other people do that, if not 5 million other. It has to be specific. So even with me as a presentation trainer, most people are pitching the idea of, I'll help you to be confident and overcome presenting anxiety. Well, my ideal clients and the clients that Christina and I work with together are people who are thought leaders, influencers, or more established. So my positioning is around presentation training that's specific to help you to convert more sales. That's more specific to thought leaders, influencers. So when you're developing a hook, whether it's for your business or for media, you have to think of the market and what you're really aiming to do and what you're aiming to drive leads to. All right, let's hear some examples now, Christina.
Yeah, exactly. So, one of my clients is a pediatric dentist, and what she pitched, we work on it together. She pitched local drive time radio because she's a dentist in the DC metro area. She's got several offices. That's her target market. Moms and dads during, lunchtime, drive time, listening to our number one, happens to be in the DC area. So I know that it's the number one talk radio. So what she pitched was kind of a back to school story, but what it was is, hey, all the kids are virtual now, so they're eating meals at home. At least at school, you've got meal plans that are somewhat healthy, somewhat good for the kids. So the whole pitch was, how do you keep kids eating healthy and good for their teeth at home? Because I don't know if you followed the news, but of course we have, most people are not going back to the dentist. They're scared to death. The dentist is actually one of the safest medical practices you can go to because of the way they're using PPE and what they're doing. So we put all of that in a very short pitch. I teach you how to write short pitches so they grab attention. We write them with hooks. But that was just last week. Another client who owns a home healthcare service down in Hampton Roads, Virginia. So she pitched the local television stations for September 15th was National Caregiver Day. And we found a statistic about the amount of burnout of caregivers. Think about this. Think of, and I use moms mainly as an example because it's really the moms who are dealing with school, homeschooling, their jobs. And then these parents, grandparents that were afraid to have them in nursing homes because we know what happened with COVID. So they're bringing them home. So caregiver burnout is just horrendous, right? Yes, exactly. It's just, so Trina went on and shared signs of caregiver burnout because you might not realize that your sister or your aunt or your cousin has it, and then what you can do to help them. So it was a great, timely story. So those are two in the last 2 weeks that I hope give you some ideas. Those holidays are a great hook with the media. You make their job so easy. If you all know my story or don't know my story, my very first television appearance, my product, if you don't know, I'm an inventor, and I invented fashion accessories for medical boots. Those big, ugly, I was in one. It was awful. But my very first television appearance was on Fox, and it was for National Healthy Foot Month. Yes, it exists. You guys can Google it. It's in April. That was my particular. So you can see right there how I used that hook. We used the hook of back to school, real specific for teeth and examples. We used the hook for National Caregiver Day for burnout. And always, you have solutions to problems. That's a great thing for the media. And it's a great, something I talk a lot about. You've got to hit people's pain points to be able to help them.
Right. But it has to be specific.
Right.
And that's what the problem is that too much of the messaging, whether you want to pitch and get seen in the media or you just want to be able to get new clients, if you're telling us that your message is really good and people are responding and they're interacting with you and they're telling you that you're inspiring or that you're awesome, but it's not converting into clients, it's most likely because the message is inspiring or helpful, but not specific enough to make people want to go, oh. So I was just telling Christina Friday, I did a LinkedIn post and then I put it everywhere, where literally it started with, if you have a vocal fry, you're losing credibility in sales.
And I said, is that a typo about vocal fry? Because of course I looked at it like, what is she talking about? She hooked me in.
Right. And here's what's funny is I got consultations from it. The 2.5 little minute video got that headline, and then people literally had to click the see more to see what else it was, and then it hooked them of going, okay, I need to hear what this vocal fry is, and I don't know if I have one. So I've gotten consultations from it. A CEO of a company and I were going back and forth on the stream because he's like, how come I haven't heard of this before? I've been to communication training, presentation training, which allowed me to show my credibility that I am way more advanced in what I do. People come to me when they're done being confident and they need to convert. So now we're doing private messaging, like from one little 2.5 minute video, and I don't have a huge following on LinkedIn, has led to consultations and private messaging with the CEO. We'll see how that goes. But it really goes to show how important it is to know your audience. So my audience is about making more money, but then I'm a presentation trainer, so I have to bring those together, right? But then it's all about, I had a hook that made people go, what? So you want to have a hook that captures attention. And so Christina gave you, and is relevant to the market, which is coming all together. Like, this is so exciting for you that if you're already getting, I'm inspiring, you're doing awesome, I love your messaging, but it's not converting, I bet you that small tweaks will be the thing. Just small tweaks. You don't have to restart. Small tweaks, we find, are the things that just go boom. And once you've worked with Christina and I a few times on it, you just know how to do it. I had a woman.
Muscle memory, right? It's our muscle
memory. I had a client that was 68 years old in March. I worked with her last March. She was 68. It was just at the hit of COVID. And she's like, I'm terrified to be seen. I'm terrified. I don't want people to know about me, but I have to be on social media. What do I do? The woman has a full practice now, and she's out. She's making my post look terrible. No, she's not. But her posts are so compelling. And it's like every line of it hits it. And I'm like, well, look at what I created. So right. It's possible if a 68-year-old who's terrified about being online now has a full practice several months later.
So we're getting some comments. So good morning, everybody. Yay. Sonia, Brenda, great.
Hey, Sonia.
Like I said, I'm new to this, so I just saw there were comments, so I'm learning. To ask any questions, we're definitely open to that. But what, Cindy, you brought something up that I kind of skimmed over, which is ROI, return on investment. The reason I am so passionate about media is because there's no other way other than paying for advertising that can get you in front of a huge audience of your ideal clients and customers than free publicity. Yeah. And when I talked about the client for National Caregivers Day, she literally, it was a live segment. So she was in Virginia Beach to Hampton Roads. If anyone knows that area, it's a 20-minute drive, maybe. She had 5 clients by the time she got back to the office. 5. So this is,
and she didn't pay anything to get that publicity, and then she has 5 clients. What's her ROI on that?
Right. Oh, hi, Peggy. Hi, Bella. Oh, this is so fun. I love it. I want to do more of these. This is great. But messaging, we've talked about the hook, the message, and that's your website. That's your social media. And let's talk about video, because people are so afraid of video. But I don't want you to be. And before I let Cindy dive in, because this is really her genius, but I want you all to know my very first live, and I think I'm doing okay today. My very first, not live, my very first video, I had stickies all around my laptop, and I literally was like, my name is Christina Daves, and I would just read in a circle with my head. So that when I talk about muscle memory, you can go from that to this, to being on television, to doing video all the time, to doing lives and not worrying about it. But Cindy, I know you've got some great tips. This, like I said, this is your zone of genius. And I'd love to hear what you say.
Yeah. So a lot of people are like, I can't be on the news. I don't want to be on video, or I can't even do a video tip for my audience. Like, I'm scared, you know? And here's the thing is I get that a lot from introverts. And the truth is introverts are actually better on camera than extroverts. Here's why. And again, I come from a background of being trained, Broadway level trained, and then I've done a lot of camera work as well and have a TV show. But I'm telling you, there's marked differences. To be on camera is about being subtle, actually. So people like me that are super big personalities, I totally tone it down from what I'm like on stage, because as an extrovert, it's too overbearing on camera. So right now, the introverts need to know that it's actually about doing less. And if you're already an introvert, you're actually ahead of the extroverts who have to tone it down on camera. Bella's an introvert and you're afraid of video. Okay, so let me help you debunk.
Wait, and let me just tell you, I know Bella.
Yeah.
And she is lovely. Like her, Bella, you shouldn't, because your personality will come across so quickly through this. But I'll let Cindy, give you some tips. But you would be amazing once you got that comfort level and the muscle memory of doing it. People will love you on camera.
Yeah. So I was actually just recording this morning my create your high impact videos that convert. And what's really interesting that I was saying this morning that I'm going to repeat here is it's actually not about being polished or perfect. I hate polished. I hate perfect. And so does most of the world. Nobody wants to have to look at somebody and go, oh, they're so perfect and and they can't relate to you if you're perfect. But you also don't want to be doing things that take your power away. And when you train as a professional performer like I do, it's about being truthful and bringing out all your unique qualities and not being about scripted and perfect. It's about listening and connecting with your audience. So for you, Bella, listening, perfect, I hope. It's holding me back, I know. Okay. So for you listening, when I work with a lot of introverts, a lot of it's nerves. So I work with clients in terms of the first thing you need to do is write out your bullet points. Do not memorize. The minute that you're memorized, you're like, so today we're talking about the vocal fry, and the vocal fry is something that it's like, ooh, that would make me nervous. So what you want to do is build out your structure of your talk, really, or your video. If it's a 1 minute video, a 2 minute video, and just bullet point those things that you want to say. And then just rehearse it. And it's funny because a lot of people don't think to rehearse it. And that's why they get nerves. And that's why they get a lot of ums and so's. But when you actually rehearse it and just go, okay, I'm talking about vocal fry. I'm talking about how you lose sales. I'm talking about how you make sales without it. I'm talking about okay. And just run those points because you know your expertise. You've been doing it for a long time. You're already a genius in what you do. So trust that. Get those points out, rehearse it, and just like boom, 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 boom. Then the second thing is that's going to take away, by the way, half of your nerves. Just knowing it, because you're not going to go, oh crap, what am I going to say on camera? But you've got it. The second thing is that you want to actually relax before you go on camera. So when we work with clients, a lot of it is about you want to take time just to breathe and ground and exhale longer than your inhale. So it's like breathe in and exhale nice and long. And you just do that for a minute or two to get yourself calm. And then look in the camera and imagine your favorite person. You press record and you just say, hey, and think in your mind, hey, I'm so excited to be here today. We're going to talk about the vocal fry and how the vocal fry can ruin your sales, but I'm going to help you with it. So stay with me for the next couple of minutes. And then suddenly you're just you. You're just you. So Bella, hopefully that's given you, this is so great. Thank you. Oh,
and let me jump on something with that for all of you. You're experts at what you do. You know your industry. So it shouldn't hold you back in terms of, oh, I can't remember what to say. And I love when Cindy talks about this. You're looking into the camera, you're talking to a friend, and you're telling them about what you do or what you could do for them. That's what you do. You provide value. We all do. We all have a gift, and we're giving our gift to the world, through video, through media, through messaging. But you just remember that you're good at what you do. That's why you have a business. Yeah. So, Good. I'm glad that Bella's watching.
Yay.
That helps. And it's just start. Just start.
Yeah.
It really is. I had a client once, a real estate agent,
Yeah.
and it was so cute. She sent me a text message. She goes, Christina, I don't know what a live video is. And I'm like, oh, okay, hold on. So literally I walked her through on her phone how to do a Facebook Live. She was a brand new agent. So, new agents get all the schluff from other people. They're like, oh, here's the townhouse that hasn't sold. Good luck, honey. Anyway, so we went through some bullet points. This woman had never even done a recorded video, let alone a live video.
That's very brave. That's very brave.
Oh, great. But this is how well this works. We worked on what she was going to say, where she was going to say it. It wasn't long. She only had maybe 100 Facebook followers as it was. So, but whatever she did resonated with people. She had 4 contracts on that property. 4. From her first Facebook Live, a townhouse I couldn't sell. So this is the power of what we're talking about. It will change your business. It will.
So, Christina, we have something really important coming up. So for those of you who are like, okay, I want to know more about this hooks. I want to know more about messaging. I want to know more about video and how to get PR. We would love to help you. We have a complimentary training coming up Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. If you're ready to captivate and cash in and be able to do it without having to spend a ton of money on ads or any money on ads and really attract it through organic growth of media, then please join our training session. It is Captivate, put in the www.
Very important for some reason.
Very important. www.captivateandcashin.com/training session. Okay, I'm listening. I'm taking it all to heart. Good, Bella. Good. I can already feel her energy starting to I can feel starting to go, okay, I actually might be able to do this. So it's interesting. Like my client in Toronto, Deidre, she's amazing, but she is such an introvert and she was terrified of video. And it's amazing now because she's doing personal videos that she sends to potential clients. She's doing mass email videos. She's doing online. And she's a total introvert. She's from Ireland, very sweet little lady and, older, and she's kicking ass online now. She's awesome. Yeah, it's possible.
Anything is possible. It's just learning systems. It's learning. And I always say, you all can figure this stuff out. We've just figured it out. So we're just a couple years ahead of you. So you can cut through all the time and of the figuring outing. And the thing is, Cindy and I do this every day in our businesses. Yeah. So we know what's working and we know what's not working. And obviously post-COVID, everything changed. So we readjusted to what we're teaching and what we were doing so we could see what was working and what wasn't working. And now we're going to be doing these live regularly and get the TV show back. And
did you say we're doing a TV show soon?
Coming soon.
We might just be helping you how to captivate and cash in every week.
So that is all coming. So thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And we'll see you probably next week.
We'll see you on Wednesday, the webinar or the training.
The webinar. Yeah. All right. Bye.